What's up, guys? It's Chief here, and welcome back to another FC25 video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new pitch notes that EA just dropped, and these outline a ton of new changes to FC25, from division rivals to champs to evolutions, a ton of different things, and some big changes that I honestly think are really good. They made some huge decisions that I think impact the game in a great way. So let's go ahead and dive into these. And I've already read through all these pitch notes, so I'm going to kind of try to summarize things for everybody so you don't have to sit here and read every piece of it, because there's honestly a lot going on here. So they start by talking about the early access, and the big things to note here is they mentioned that the companion and web app will launch on the 19th of September. Now, this is different to years past, where since the Ultimate Edition comes on the 20th, we'd expect the companion app on the 19th and the web app on the 18th. They're saying the companion app and the web app expect those to come out on Thursday, so that's a change. And they also mentioned and basically confirmed that we will be getting welcome backpacks. Players who are rejoining us from FC24 will get a little something extra with returning user rewards. So welcome backpacks are back in FC25, which I'm very excited about. And then for standard edition release and ultimate edition release, they just mentioned that you'll be able to access these at midnight your local time on the days that they release. Now, for Xbox users, you can change your location to New Zealand and get access a day earlier. For PlayStation PC users, you're going to have to wait until midnight your local time to access the full release of the game. And then in that first week from September 20th to 27th, there's going to be a lot of sweet content. They've mentioned that we're going to get rush objectives, we're going to get player of the month SPCs, special evos, squad foundations. There's going to be a lot of cool content that first week of the game, making the Ultimate Edition that much more worth it, getting it a week in advance. So I'm very excited about that. Next, they kind of move into the new season format. The first season is going to be called FC Season 1 Total Rush. And the big thing they hit on here is that the season is going to be combined across not only Ultimate Team, it's going to include pro clubs and career mode. But the big thing to note here is there's really no negative to this, because you don't have to go play those game modes if you don't want to. You can earn all the rewards in Ultimate Team just by playing Ultimate Team. So if you don't want to go play those modes, don't play them. It's no big deal. It's just if you want to earn all the rewards for those modes, you may have to go play them. So really no negative by combining these here. I think it's a good change, and you can still get whatever rewards you want in Ultimate Team by just playing Ultimate Team, which is a big plus in my opinion. And then they've changed the XP to SP by calling it season points. Doesn't really matter. And again, we'll still have weekly objectives as it shows here, and you'll have club stuff, you'll have playing career stuff, and then there will be Ultimate Team stuff as well to earn that XP. So that's kind of like the big changes to the season, is that it's going to be all combined. And they showed us the first promo cards from this season that we're going to get, and a big change that they're going to make, which is going to kind of force people into using different teams for tons of objectives. So they mentioned that, they heard that we've heard the game gets stale when we play against the same teams every single game. So what they're going to do is they're going to introduce a lot more objectives, whatever it may be, that forces people into using different teams. And that's going to start with this brand new world tour concept. So we're going to start with Spain, since they won the Euros, and they're going to deliver a unique regional experience each and every season. So this season will be Spain, and it's going to be a ton of league-themed content around Spanish players, La Liga players, La Liga women's players. And to earn all these objectives and everything, you're going to have to play with players from that nation, from those leagues, to earn players from that nation and from those leagues. And these new foundations cards are going to give better chemistry. So they're going to give +2 league chemistry instead of +1, making them even better. And then we get a look at these new cards. We get an 88 Adama Traore. We get 4 different MLS Rush cards here. So some really cool stuff coming that I'm very, very excited about. Now, into the massive changes, mode and reward changes. So these are all very, very positive in my opinion. Some people are going to look at a few of these, specifically rivals, as a negative, but let's go ahead and talk about it. So this doesn't really matter. Basically, to start with champs playoffs, they are changing from 10 games where you have to win 4 of them to qualify to 5 games where you have to win 3 of them to qualify. So what this does is, number one, it makes it less games for qualifiers. Number two, it's going to make it harder to qualify. And this was a goal of theirs. They want to raise the average ability of players in the champs finals, making it more difficult. So you need to make qualifiers more difficult. So you have to win 60% of your games instead of 40%, but it is less games. And I think this is a very, very good addition. I'm a big fan of this, but this also results in them giving you more attempts. So you get more attempts, it's less games. I think this is awesome. So champs playoffs cut in half for the amount of games you have to play, which is very, very nice. That moves us into champs finals. How does this change? We have a higher skilled player base now in champs finals because of the more difficult qualifying. So what they've done is they've cut the games to 15 instead of 20. So 5 games to qualify, 15 games for champs finals, for a total games overall throughout the week, if you want to play all your champs, of 20 games, which is very, very nice. And they've changed the scoring system where it is just wins. So rank 1, you have 15 games. If you win all your games, 15 wins. And it's just wins, which I absolutely love. This is very nice. The whole point system was dumb, in my opinion, for champs. Just tell us how many wins we need. So this is a very, very good addition here. And I think they're improving rewards as well. Differentiate the type of rewards you see in champions and rivals to help the modes feel unique, which I'm a big fan of. So they're you're not just getting the same packs across champs and rivals. So not only are they increasing the rewards, they're also making them different across modes, which I'm a big fan of. And the rewards for rank 1 are absolutely outrageous. Tradable 85 times 10, tradable 84 times 10, untradeable base icon pack, 3 tradable team of the week player pack. I mean, it's unbelievable. So very, very cool stuff there. I think the champs changes are fantastic. It's less games overall. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's the most competitive mode, and I think that's what they're trying to do, is kind of differentiate between modes. Champs is going to be your most competitive. Then you have rivals. Then you have friendlies. And it's a very, very simple construct, and the rewards will follow. Champs gives you the best rewards, then rivals, which I'm a big fan of. So next, we have the division rivals changes, which the massive change here, which a lot of people are going to hate, but I think is good. They are changing the rivals win thresholds. This past year in FC 24, you would need 3 wins for the base rivals rewards and 7 wins for the upgraded rivals rewards. This year, you need 5 wins for the base rivals rewards and 15 wins in the week for the upgraded rivals rewards. Yes, this is a lot more games to play, but they mentioned we're going to have upgraded division rivals rewards. So better rewards, sure, make it more wins, but 15 is a lot of wins. We need to remember, number one, they're cutting the champs games down by a lot. So it gives you more time to play rivals. And for the people that want to play rivals and want to get all those wins, I think they should have the ability to play a lot of games and get the best rewards, which it allows us to do. So I'm a big fan of this change. Upgrade the rewards, up the win thresholds, and make it more of a competitive mode. And again, it still gives you that structure where champs is the most competitive, then rivals just after. So I'm a big fan of that. And we'll see in a minute, they're cutting squad battles games down as well by a lot. So it's going to allow you to spend most of your time in those online modes that people like to play the most, I would say, which is rivals, and earn better rewards. So champs games down, rivals wins up. I like it. Big fan of it. And they're upgrading rewards as well. This is the Elite Division rewards. You'll get 75,000 coins, two tradable 85 plus player picks, untradable 75 gold rare players pack, tradable 50 gold rare players pack, tradable mega pack, two untradable 83 plus team of the week player packs, which is kind of crazy. So big things there and new rewards. I'm very excited about it. I think these game mode changes are amazing, and the way they're differentiating between the game modes is a big, big plus. Last one, well, not last one here. We have friendlies. We have squad battles here. This is going to be obviously offline, your least competitive game mode, I would say. And they're cutting squad battles down from 32 games to 14 games, which is a big win for me. I like that a lot. Nobody likes playing squad battles, so let's cut the games down. Just make it simple. And like in previous years, you'll have the ability to continue making progress on objectives and evos after the 14 matches, so you can play extra matches after your 14 that count towards your points. So big drop in squad battles games, big up in rivals games, massive win in my opinion. Next, we have the live friendlies, and the big thing they've hit on here, and they've hit on in the past with it already, is your rivals rank does not impact who you're matching up with in live friendlies. Your live friendlies matchmaking is based off of your win form strictly in friendlies. And I think this is a good thing because, number one, while the argument is there that there shouldn't be any skill-based matchmaking in a friendlies mode, it's going to be tough for beginner players to get objectives done. So I do like that it's based somewhat on your form, and your live friendlies mode form is wins and losses in friendlies. Your losses only count if you play the entire game, they mention here. So you can't just quit out of games and tank your form, which I think is very, very good. So in general, the matchmaking is better, and it's going to be kind of a more casual experience still, which I like a lot. And it's going to be based a lot around getting objectives and evolutions done. And that's not as much going to be in champs and rivals, which they hit on later. And I'm a big fan of that. Champs and rivals are like your game modes that's like, let's win. And your friendlies are going to be more like, let's get objectives and evolutions done, which I think is a big, big change that I like a lot. Season points, nothing exciting here. It's just XP. Evolutions. Everybody loves evolutions. Big changes here, big positive changes. Let's talk about these. So last year, basically what they've hit on is that evolutions were pretty restrictive, and that a lot of players, you couldn't evolve because they just barely missed out on whatever stat requirements to insert them. So what they've done this year is, instead of having requirements on the player that you can submit into the evolution, they have requirements on what they could be boosted to. So the easiest way to explain this here is that for this new system, you might see an evolution that gives a plus 10 upgrade to pace to a maximum of 90 pace. Last year, you may have seen that the requirement was the player you can submit can have maximum 80 pace. This year, it'll be the player you submit can get upgraded to a max of 90 pace. So if your player last year had 80 pace, you could submit them and they would get 90 pace. Same way it works this year. However, if there was a player with 85 pace in FC24, you wouldn't be able to submit them because they have more than the required pace. However, this year in FC25, they'll just only get a plus 5 upgrade to pace, which is, again, great because you keep that kind of power curve at the same level it was getting to. You just allow people, if they want, to have smaller boosts on a card that they want to evolve, which is very, very good. Now, they will still have limits on a maximum entry, so you can't just like submit a card that already has 99 pace and get it evolved. It basically just gives you a lot more flexibility with evolutions, and you'll see that when the game comes out, and I'm very excited about that because I think it continues to give people different options to go down for their teams and evolve their favorite players. I think Evos are one of the biggest successes that EA has had, and I think it's a big win for everybody that these are going to be far more flexible. So That is huge. We're going to be able to evolve players. And again, they're going to try to take the focus away from evolving in champs and rivals and shift it to evolving in live friendlies and rush, which is super, super good. They show off the new icons here. Very cool stuff. I mean, icons, heroes, all that good stuff. There's nothing too interesting to hit on here with the icons and heroes, except that we all get our origin hero when we log on the game September 20th if you pre-ordered Ultimate Edition, which is very, very exciting. So, a massive change in terms of trading is item view average transfer market price. To sum this up, basically whenever you packed a player, to see the price, you would need to go to like Footbin, Footwiz, whatever, to see what they typically go for. But now on the card, when you flick on the right stick to go look at like skill moves, weak foot, league, whatever it is, they're going to have an average price that the player goes for on the transfer market. And this is going to be a ridiculously, in my opinion, broken piece of the game. It's not going to work well, and it's going to make lazy selling so much better because people, again, are just going to have another way to quickly look at a price and list a card for whatever it says. So we're going to be able to make a ton of coins off of this, which I'm going to make another video on. But I mean, it's a cool addition that they've made to try to make things more convenient, and we are absolutely going to take advantage of it to make a load of coins, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Multiple versions of players and packs. They basically just hit on like, it's going to be the same as usual, so that's nothing exciting. Club membership here. If you're coming back to FC 25 from FC 24, you get a bunch of cosmetic junk here, which nobody cares about, some kits, everything like that. They did put an Evo here, which could be interesting, but they did just mention, oh, Ultimate Team Roll Plus Plus Evolution. Wait a minute, I didn't read this. So we'll be able to give somebody some type of Roll Plus Plus. So that's going to be really valuable early in the game. So that's something to keep an eye on for people returning to FC 25 from FC 24. EA Play membership, you'll get some typical rewards that you usually get, like some loans and draft tokens. And then preseason rewards, we already know we'll get on October 10th, which kind of sucks again that they wait so long to give it to us, but it does make sense. And that kind of wraps up all of the changes. Let me know what you guys think. The big ones, I think, is basically the game mode changes, the champs, the rivals, the squad battles, and the Evos, everything like that. I basically think everything they've done here is a positive change, and I cannot wait to see it take place. Let me know your thoughts on these pitch notes. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.